So I think now is a good time. Sorry if you hear the TV in the back. My parents aren't even here. It's just used for our dogs because they have anxiety. But I think now is probably a good time to let everyone know that I am kind of freaking out. So yeah, um, I don't know what's going on because recently I've noticed, at least more drastically, that my life feels like it is like rapidly leaving this sense of creativity that I have and the sense of motivation to do anything. Maybe not anything, but I always have this spark of wanting to do stuff. And when I'm in the moment of like thinking about it, or just like I'm in my car, I'm at work, I'm at, something that's not at the place that I want to do it, I'm like, all right, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get home, do all my chores, and then some, weed my mom's whole garden, learn how to animate, learn how to program. I'm gonna beat college. This is gonna be so fun. So that was a lie. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I don't want to be like, because that's the nice thing is that I'm leaving my 2020 self of like, God, I, hate everything, whatever. I had a breakthrough recently that was with by myself, to myself, for myself, of just realizing that that when I do say things like that, like, that's very like degrading. I thought, back then, I might have even posted them on videos, but I always had it in my mindset of I was always going to be able to get out of that situation. And, you know, even with how many times I overthink things that I'm saying, or I always will think of the next thing that I'm going to say way better than the current thing that I want to say in the moment. I can't even believe I said all that in one go. That probably would have taken 3 million tries. Um, but yeah, and it's also weird because I feel like I'm very self-aware with that. I feel like I'm very like I always think like when I hit something, like when a joke lands, when something happens that's good for me, or even something as simple as this, as getting through a conversation, getting through my thought processes correctly. I know that ADHD, whatever. But honestly, I overthink it so much. And recently, I kind of had a breakthrough, like a coming of age, I guess. I don't know. But like more of like a kind of like realization, if you will, of me just kind of realizing that a lot of the stuff that I do is kind of based on the internet. I have always thought about comment sections in my head. I've always thought that's always been my thought process. And I feel like this whole video is going to be like a really big just smackdown of everything that's going on in my head right now, but whatever. I mean, when is a video not? You know what I mean? I'm surprised I'm only like about 3.5 minutes on the footage, so here we go. But yeah, I mean, being back in Rapid and finally centering what I want has been such a thing that I never thought could have been possible. I thought I would always have to be cementing myself into things that other people thought. This sounds so cliche and dumb and boring, but look at this. I watched The Amazing Digital Circus, and I'm proud to say it to anyone. I have friends that watch it. I know that it's becoming a bigger thing now, and it's like becoming like good and whatever. But back then, when I first started watching it, okay, hey, not to like get into like the lore of it all, but Kevin and Luke Lord Wishigal, or whatever the people are called that direct it, have been making these series for so long with like Murder Jones and all this stuff, and all these like things that people used to consider brain rot and maybe still do. And it's becoming a little bit more niche to call it that. But like freaking Hazbin Hotel, like I literally all of these things, I've been watching more like anime and all this stuff, and my life actually feels better because I have been told so long, and even indirectly too, and been assumed and like bullied, but I didn't even know it was bullying back in high school, back in middle school. I didn't know. When I watched Black Butler, when I watched SAO, which don't watch the future seasons unless you like incest, but anyways, I thought I had to have very like basic interests to seem cool. To seem like I was fine and not weird. Because so many people, I feel like even as like, it's so dumb to say this, but as a society, I feel like we're, at least maybe for me, because I'm just getting older, so I'm just gonna speak for myself. But I feel like recently, all the things that I've now been interested in and been able to be freely interested in and not give a hoot and dang darn, trying to tap down on my language here because I cursed a lot in a lot of my previous videos, so why I did that, I don't know. But I feel like I'm finally able to be like, you know, what I want to be. I don't know if it's just the spaces or the friends that I've been hanging out with that make me feel like I'm able to be that, you know, because I feel like, you know, a lot of people will be like, well, I like this artist. And I'm like, you know, well, I like Vocaloid. And then they're like, okay. And then I bring up the freaking Miku, you can call me. And they're like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, well, what about the 97 other songs that I like of, you know, Vocaloid? Like, what about that? I don't know. It's just like, and all these stories and all these like, you know, anime stuff. Like, I have been creating stuff like in this freaking journal. I have so many. Let me just show you. Let me just show you recently how many things that have happened since I started to break out of my shell of being, you know, this like scared, you know, whatever. And I feel like this might just be a wake-up call for anyone else, regardless of your age. I mean, it's taken me, probably not, but, you know, 20 years, because I am 20, to realize it. This fat stack and then some is what I've been working on for the past like 3 years. And it doesn't look like a lot, mainly because that's not all it is. I mean even have like some like mini notebooks that I take along with me for my like work breaks, but I've been watching stuff. I've been drawing, I've been creating new things that I thought were cringe. I've been doing all of this fun stuff. I even have a freaking Jack Squishy. Like, are we kidding? Like, I mean, but we're not. And you know what? I don't care. I just feel like maybe if you're cringing at this, grow by. Literally go by. What do you want me to do about it? You know? But yeah. I mean, I would just say like, hey, like, you know, I like, you know, Hatsune Miku and I like Princess Peach, and that's it. I wouldn't say anything else. And then all of my stuff that I've been resenting for so long, I have been finally able to just say to everyone. Now, I don't know if it exactly and only reason is because they're finally now like big in the media of all these characters that I like and whatever. But I just feel like generally the stuff that I've been doing, like even going back to watching anime, I've watched four animes. I've watched Apothecary Diaries. I've finally kind of finished Tokyo Ghoul. People said not to do the third season, so whatever that means. What was the other one? I watched Demon Slayer, and I have another one. Also, hey, I didn't know that Bayonetta had an anime. I'm just going to count that off because maybe I counted it wrong, but like I've been watching, I mean, it's a lot. And also, here's a crazy thing. Hey, little 14-year-old me that's dying about the beginning of having a job. I'm sorry. That must have been really traumatizing. But I can gladly say that I, Finn, am able to listen to Billie Eilish and not cry. How? Literally how? Literally somebody explain it to me, because every single time I would listen to what was it? The ones that I listened to back then were Listen Before I Go, or When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? The ones that I mainly listened to that, hey, that I cried to all the time. And also, if Bella ever sees this, girl, fuck you. I used to play that shit on call, and I know that I was, like, seeking attention or whatever, or bullshit or whatever, but then she literally went out of her way to make fun of me. Hey, bitch. Hey, grow up. What the fuck are you, like, that's so weird to me. They're like, ooh, you like this person that's kind of depressing and I don't like them? I'm gonna make fun of you for it in front of your face. And I had to go along with it because I thought we were friends. I really did. But we weren't. Bye, ho. Bye. Anyways, I just, like, it's so, I don't know, it's just so liberating to finally feel like I can do all this stuff now. We finally reached 11 minutes, y'all. I've been yapping for long enough, but I mean, I could do this all day, so whatever. But yeah, I feel like the main thing that I was actually going to do is, sometimes whenever hey, can we not do this right now? Okay. The main thing that I feel like I wanted to start this video off for was because I've been a little bit terrified of going back to college, but not because of classes, not because of, it's a small town, whatever. We've already been past that. I've been past that. I've already did the whole thing about being like, oh, I missed out first year. Second year, annoying. I failed a class, things happened and, we got into drama, whatever. But then, this summer, because none of the people, except for a few, and if you know who you are, you know who you are, so slay. But for the people that I am, I'm still thinking about it, because I have no idea if I'm going to ever get over this, because I still feel like I am in the right. And usually when I know that I'm wrong, it takes me like a little bit, but it doesn't take me this long to realize that I am wrong. Because there have been so many things that I have been able to outprove. And I'm not going to go into them right now because it's very personal, but just know that, like, I've been going through a lot, and recently in that friend group, I really felt like a third wheel to everyone, regardless if it was because, they had partners or whatever and yada, yada, yada. I just, like, a lot of my stuff, I didn't really feel like I was valued, and I felt like a lot of my hyperfixations or even the games I like to play or the shows that I wanted to watch, they were not privy to. They just, I don't even know if that's the right word for it, but they were just not, they didn't want to do it. They were like, And I was like, okay, ho, what do you want? But whenever they wanted to do stuff, any single time, I was like, okay, cleared my busy ass schedule for this one thing and had to be straggling off my ass to get back on track for school. And one of them literally has the nerve to say, you did the same to us and you dissed us. Bitch, win. Because I was able to clearly name out like 30 different things that they all did. It was, I'm on my da-da-da-da, I'm doing this, I'm da-da-da-da. And it would, guess what, ho? Whenever I went to go see them, they were on their computer playing games. They were playing games on their phone. They weren't doing anything of actual benefit to college for any kind of, like, whatever was going on. And it wasn't like I'm just tired for today. It was every single time that I requested something. But God forbid they request something and then suddenly everyone wants to go. Hello? Am I crazy? Am I not seeing something? The people are like, we're missing something. No, it wasn't. Want to know exactly what I wanted to do? I wanted to play Mario Kart. I'm not good at it, so I don't want to play it. Okay, well, awesome. Now, I'm going to get into this really quickly. So, I want to watch this show. I'm not really a big fan of it. I haven't really heard that the fandom's really good. Well, I'm not in the fandom. Okay. Never hear from it ever again. Want to get lunch? Sorry, I'm out right now. I can't eat right now. Okay. Over and over and over and over every single time. But guess what? I was there. Want to go to lunch? Sure, I'll be right down. For anything. Because guess what? I don't make excuses for bullshit. I don't make excuses for friends because it is out of something that takes more than 2 seconds to get off my ass. And it's not a weight issue. It's not a gender issue. It is not anything. Because you want to know what? I have the exact same people that live here with pretty much the same body type. So you can't say you're fat, so you can't go anywhere. What the fuck does that mean? I'm too fat, I don't want to go. Weird, because I have 65 other friends that live here that are pretty much in the same exact goddamn weight class that do the same thing, if not more. But they don't make excuses, and they live farther down the line. They live streets away. They live literally, like, some live even towns away from me, and they still make time. Want to know why? Because we're friends. But you won't get off your ass in something where we are literally this close in the grand scheme of things. What do you want me to do? And I feel like maybe I'm missing something here, because I feel like I always am, but it's just... Maybe this year is the year that I just stop taking the bullshit. Even when I feel like when I can't, I really have to push myself to be like, maybe I just need to make new friends. It sounds hard, and it probably will be. Making a whole new group of friends. And I mean, that's the thing, is that even in high school, I got lucky. But the only reason was because once I found my group, I stuck to that group. But the nice thing is that I did find mutuals of that group that became my best friends here. All the people that I originally met at like high school, middle school, whatever, have all gone. Gone. Except for like maybe a couple, but like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and out of nowhere. It's like, I know that should have been like a common thing for high school, whatever. But at the same time, I don't know. It's just, it's frustrating. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad I get to vent this out to you guys. So if you are struggling and you're maybe in like similar situations to me, just know that there is a better life for you. And even if stuff sounds, here, I'll put it over here. Even if stuff sounds cliche to you that you try to take advice from and whatever, if it makes you happy and it makes you feel more liberated, then maybe it is the step that you should take for your future. Fin 2025. Remember when that thing was a thing where people do name and then the year? Okay. Oh, to old YouTube comments. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, maybe I didn't cover everything, and, you know, I don't know. But yeah, it just sucks because they are the same people that I was so ready last year to be planning out I would be living next to them. And certainly enough, this year I am rooming with them. So if they see this video, oops. But it is how I feel, and I can't change that because it has happened. And when they told me that I did the exact same thing to them, I want them to list exactly what that was. Because apparently I don't remember. I mean, God forbid I had a final or a midterm that I quite literally could not miss a study day for. But anything else, I went on everything. I went on every little thing. Weird. But when it came to my suggestions, none of you bitches wanted to come. Isn't that fucking crazy? I'm not trying to seem like a devil or like an evil villain. But maybe this year is just the year where if it comes off that way, fuck it. I don't deserve this. You know what I mean? Like I don't deserve this treatment because I've clearly been proven over this summer, spending the time that I have with my friends over here, that I have been worthy of a better chance of a friendship relationship. Multiple of them. One-on-ones, group sessions, 2v2s, whatever. Anything. And not only that, they are the ones that sometimes we'll also give back into the times where, do you want a ride? Do you want this? Now, yes, my friends at college have given me a ride, and it's whatever. I guess we can, boom, take off a point for that. But maybe I'm just speaking out of my ass, but I'm done trying to apologize for it, because when I do apologize for it, it's me crawling back because I feel like I'm not being heard, and I just want the conversation to be over, and I feel like that's not healthy. So, sorry for the 20-minute long ramble. I mean, this is me. This is whatever, Camp Rock. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, great. If you made it to the end of this, I am surprised. But thanks. Maybe you're one of my friends. Cool. I remember one of your guys' birthdays that you told me that your freaking aunt watches me, and I'm like, okay, hey, I'm not offended or weirded out. I'm just kind of surprised because I wasn't expecting for mothers to be watching this. But if they are, hey, thanks for doing the Lord's work. You know what I mean? Yeah. Love you.